What is up, everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're talking Call of Duty Modern Warfare. 4 content creators got to play Modern Warfare earlier, and we all got to see it on stream. They got to play 2v2, a 2v2 game mode that's gonna be playable, of course, on Modern Warfare. And this game mode actually reminded me a lot of the 2v2 in Modern Warfare 3. They also had 3v3 and 1v1 in Modern Warfare 3, but it looks like Modern Warfare it's only gonna have 2v2, maybe 1v1, but I really doubt that it's gonna have 3v3 because the maps that we got to see were specifically made for that 2v2 game mode, and they were really small maps, and I don't think they're gonna be good for 3v3, but who knows, maybe we do get to see 3v3 and also 1v1. We got to see 2 variations of this game mode. We got to see one where the classes were basically assigned to them, like once they spawn, every single player on that game mode had the same class, and that was, you know, randomly created for them, randomly generated. But we also got to see another variant of that map in which they actually picked up the weapons from the floor and from the walls, kind of like Blackout, but like a multiplayer version of that. So basically they will spawn with a pistol, so a grenade, maybe a stun grenade, and then they will pick up any weapons that they wanted from the floor. So basically, like, it was different in every map, but you know, some maps on specific room they will have a sniper rifle, you know, on the wall there was a shotgun, and basically they got to just pick up all the weapons and all the accessories, I guess, or like, you know, grenades and stuff like that from the map itself. Also, operators, there's no specialists, there's none of that. There is something called operators that you can see on the menu, but that it's actually just the way that your character looks, I believe that's just the way your character looks. As of right now, there doesn't seem to be any specialists. Multiple sources have said that there's no specialist, so I can pretty much like 99.9% confirm that there's not gonna be any specialist. Also, going back to that 2v2 game mode, it's not just kind of like a deathmatch. It's a deathmatch, but there's a timer, and if you don't kill the other team before that timer runs out, then there's gonna be a flag that's gonna spawn in the middle of the map, and you can capture that flag. If you do not capture the flag, then the team that has the most health is gonna win. The way that works is basically, you know, if you get shot, your health obviously goes down like any Call of Duty before, but in this specific game mode, in this specific 2v2 game mode, your health does not regenerate, which means at the end of the game mode, you know, at the end of the timer, I should say, whoever has the most health, it's gonna win. It's pretty self-explanatory, but in terms of the health regeneration thing, that's only for this game mode. Every other game mode, I believe, is gonna have health regen. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like in Black Ops 4 or like in the previous Call of Duties, which it just automatically regenerates. There was a Steam Shot as one of the what's it called, like the equipment, but I'm not sure if it was a health Steam Shot or if it was like an adrenaline thing which makes you run faster. Or like, I didn't really quite get that. I saw it on the loadout, but I did not see them use it. You gotta remember, I was writing a lot of notes down as I was watching the stream itself, so I missed some stuff. That's why I want you guys to comment down below anything you notice that I didn't mention in this video. Now let's talk about the game itself. How does it feel? What did it look like? Well, for me personally, it looks a lot like Call of Duty Ghosts, and I know you probably don't want to hear that, but you gotta look at the maps itself and the way they look and the color palette and all of that. It does look a lot like Call of Duty Ghosts. I mean, you can't really deny it. I'd say it's pretty obvious. Now, the game did not feel like it plays like Call of Duty Ghosts at all. Personally, it reminded me of Rainbow Six Siege, but a lot more fast-paced. You understand that everything in this game, it's realistic. It's the complete opposite of the previous Call of Duties that we have seen. There's no flying, there's no wall running, there's none of that. It's just everything is super realistic. Even the weapons themselves are just real weapons. There's nothing that's made up. All of these weapons really do exist. I'll also have a video listing all the weapons that I saw. Also, if you take a look at some of these animations, man, oof, they look so real, and the way the weapons look, it's just like nothing I've ever seen before in any Call of Duty. This looks like the most realistic Call of Duty by far. It's not even close. One thing that I noticed, the time to kill seemed pretty fast. Like, people were dying extremely fast. You know, they were getting one bursted. Every sniper rifle, I know I saw a hit marker a couple times, but for the most part, sniper rifle it's just a one shot, and people were getting pretty much 3-tapped by pistols. And I know somebody got one shotted by a deagle. I don't remember if he had lost health before that, but yeah, it was a one shot with a Desert Eagle, which was pretty pretty fast if you ask me. And I'm not sure how I feel about it, but if you remember, Modern Warfare 3 had really fast time to kill, and a lot of the Modern Warfares have had that, so it's kind of expected. Like I mentioned, the sniper rifles, they all were for the most part a one-shot kill. Also, there's quick scoping for those of you that are interested. I know I'm a really big sniper. That's pretty much how I like to play the game. Quick scoping and doing feeds and stuff like that. But yeah, it looks like quick scoping is back, even though it looked weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like the movement of the sniper rifle in and of itself, it looked weird. The game feels realistic, so therefore it looks weird. Everything looks weird when you scope in. It doesn't scope in like in the previous Call of Duty. It scopes in more realistically, if that makes sense. Kind of like Battlefield, or like I said, Rainbow Six Siege. When you scope in with a sniper, that's how it kind of looks. But the quick scoping was definitely there, because Jack actually got some nasty quick scopes on that game, and they were pretty effective with it. So yeah, quick scoping is definitely gonna be a thing in Modern Warfare. Also, you could wallbang even without FMJ. At least I didn't see FMJ as an attachment. I'll definitely have to review the footage and see if there was any FMJ, but for sure, I know for sure that somebody got wallbanged without having FMJ. So that's the thing. Really dope. You can mount your weapons on any surface as long as it's 90 degrees. You cannot mount it on rocks, plants and stuff like that. It's a weird surface. You cannot mount it on those. But if it's anything that's either vertical or horizontal, but it's 90 degrees, you're gonna be able to mount your gun on it. Which there was a lot of people doing this. Which some of the players actually did this, but we didn't quite get to see a lot of it, to be honest. And it doesn't seem like a viable. And honestly, it felt like it could come in handy in certain situations, but for the most part, it was so fast-paced that I don't think it's gonna be used that much. But I could be completely wrong. I haven't had my hands on the game. I have no idea what I'm talking about, basically, except from what I saw and what I think it's what I saw. Oh, sprinting, pretty cool. There was two modes of sprinting. One was kind of like a slow sprint, and another one was just a fast, really fast, just straight up sprinting. And I'm not sure what the main difference is other than the speed. Obviously there's gonna be some drawbacks to sprinting really fast, so I'm assuming it's gonna take longer to be able to shoot or fire after that. The game was so fast paced, and I'd never played it before. I never had my hands on it, so I couldn't really tell if they were stopping before they were shooting, or if they were just shooting while sprinting. I saw some slide shots. I saw a couple of those things, a lot of jump shots, but obviously it was hard to tell. But I can definitely confirm that there's two different types of sprinting. One is really fast, one is a little bit slower. I didn't see any perks when they showed the class loadouts. I didn't see any perks. However, there was a specific class that had an M14 and it had a NOG. And if those are obviously rifles, those are obviously primary, both of them, which means there might be maybe like wild cards, or there might just be perks. But definitely Overkill was definitely a thing in there, because we did get to see a class that had 2 primaries. So Overkill, might be called something else, was definitely there. I don't know if it was a perk, if it was a wild card, if it was something new. I don't know how that works. When it comes to meleeing, there were eliminations, and we got to see one, which was pretty funny, because somebody got an elimination and then he got eliminated, right? Basically, all on top of each other, which was pretty funny. If you guys saw the stream, you guys probably noticed that. So eliminations are definitely a thing. When you melee somebody from the back, I believe is when you trigger them. I'm not sure, but from the front, meleeing is still a 2-punch thing. Like, it's still 2 hits. So you're still not gonna be able to panic knife unless you do it from behind, or which at that point is probably not even a panic knife. And that's kind of pretty much everything that I noticed. I'll have a couple of more videos showcasing all of the weapons, all of the attachments that I saw, and just all of that in general. But these are just kind of some of the mechanics that I noticed, some of the things that I thought I should talk about. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. More importantly though, if you notice anything else that I do not know or did not mention in this video, make sure that you leave it down in the comments below. I want to hear about it. I do want to know what's going on with the game. But yeah, that's all guys. Thank you for watching. Again, hit that subscribe button and like. See you guys on the next one.